This is the most important chapter of this book. Here, Chris talks about ways to execute a negotiation and how to avoid certain traps and make your way through any negotiation to get your desired result. You see, a yes is nothing without the how. Just like a promise to not falling for another woman is nothing without how well you train yourself to have that control, same is the case here. In a hostage scenario, just getting a yes, we have a deal, is in the end. But it's the release of those hostages that brings the negotiation to the conclusion. When you find yourself questioned, where you desperately want to say no, just answer that question with another question. Like, how can I manage the money? How do I know that you will release the person after we pay you, etc. Answering questions gives them the illusion that they are in control of the negotiation. And many times, these questions force them to view the situation from your point of view. And it is a positive thing, as slowly their demands starts to incline towards your desires. And if you keep playing that how game one after another, then chances are that later the negotiation will end up where you wanted it. And the ironic thing is that they believe that it was them who brought the negotiation to the conclusion, and it was their doing. Here, Chris talks about 7, 38, 55% rule, where he states that only 7% of a message is based on words, while 38% comes from the tone of the voice, and 55% from the speaker's body language. It's important to know this, as you can figure out that the person is lying if his words aren't aligned with his body language, and whether the person is the main person in negotiation or if he's just following orders. Next, Chris talks about Rule of 3, where you need to aim at getting yes 3 times in a row. The first time you get a yes, then make sure that you summarize what they said and get that yes once again. And the third yes can be achieved by asking them how they can achieve what they just committed in these 2 yeses. Here, all we have done is frame the same question in 3 different ways. Along with this all, it's important to know whether you're dealing with a liar or a legit person. There are some attributes that are worth considering when you want to spot a liar. On average, a liar uses more words than truth tellers and uses more third-person pronouns. They usually talk about them, her, they, their, etc. and don't involve pronouns like I, me, myself, because they want to keep a distance between themselves and the lie. Another thing is that liars tend to make more complex sentences and words to win over their suspicious counterparts. Here, Chris ends the chapter with a small trick. Here, he mentions that people usually don't like their name to be used in a negotiation again and again. Rather, it's best that you use your name in the first place. Using your name creates a dynamic of forced empathy, and the other person gets a little soft with you. He mentions that how once there was no offer on the counter for joining the service, and everyone was asking the same thing about the discount. But he didn't ask for discount. Instead, he asked, "What's the Chris discount?" Right after he introduced himself as Chris to the other party in a friendly manner. And he did got the discount in the end.